What is going on, guys? It is your boy Seso here, bringing you guys in a Photoshop tutorial here today. I'm going to be bringing you guys another simplistic video. I know you guys love these things. Like, it's actually scary how much you guys really support the simplistic series on my channel, where I show you guys basically a really nice header design, something like this. I'm calling the prestigious header design. I'll show you guys why in a second. But you guys really love it, and I really respect it. It's almost like 400 likes like every time I release something simplistic out. And I'm not using the word simplistic though. Maybe I will. Who knows? I just probably went through my word, and you're probably going to tell me in the comment section right now. I probably said like simplistic, prestigious header design. I don't know why I love the word simplistic so much, but I think I had to put it in just so you guys know it's in the series. Regardless, you can see here, I have these really cool dark blue tones, and like I have a gold bar going through that's very like the most like two, you know, you see like the most two beautiful things in the kind of thing. So I think of like royalty, think of like prestigious, those two colors, right? So this whole little, it's a very simple concept to do, but I think it's very hard to set up, or if you don't really work with layer modes and stuff, you really don't know it works. Also, using the right colors will not make, you will not get what you're gonna, like, you'll try this, you'll say you know how to do it, but you won't get it looking like this, guaranteed, unless you actually know what you're doing, right? So that's the point of this series, like giving nice, really simplistic, better header designs and stuff like that for you guys and to learn. And I really love the way this came out, like a lot. Depressingly, I'm going to definitely create something probably a little bit different from my Twitter header. I don't know. I really like this. So basically, like I said, all you really have to do is actually just get a picture. I went ahead and just got a picture already. I am using the same exact one actually. This is like, I just typed in 4K mountain picture, and I got this picture here, and you can literally see it over here. I just typed in 4K, and Google typed in 4K mountain picture, downloaded the image, and there we go. So I think to make this look the best, you're just gonna have a really nice high quality picture, not anything pixelated, not anything crazy. 4K, like 4K. I said 4K. 4K, right? So cool. We can get started right away though. So we're just gonna go ahead, and I'll keep this here. I'll also, don't forget guys, 200 likes on the video because a secret down below where you can basically get the PSD of this file, which is probably gonna be this little what's in this thing, basically this exact same thing. You can like put it on your own, you know, whatever. All you gotta do is get 200 likes and all that cool stuff. It's like a cool little secret download thing. But I already know you guys will smash the like button, so let's get started, right? Alright, so for this, to actually get this look, right, to get this look, I feel like you're gonna have to actually get a really good background going. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really nice, like almost like obviously black, but we're also gonna have like a tint of color in it. Like for this one, it's like almost like a purple blue. So to set this up, basically, you're gonna need a nice little black to start off with. So the hex code for this is 101010. That is more zeros than I said. 101010. Press OK, and that is the foreground color. So I can just press Alt backspace to quick fill it in, and just make sure I have this on actually. So you can see this is nice and black. It's not like super, you know, crazy like all the way at the end black, or it's not like really gray. It's like a mid-tone, really nice little color like we're going off here, right? So make a new layer. We're gonna make another nice. We're gonna actually make a brush, right? Or use a soft brush, and we're gonna make this an offset, just a little offset. So F0 for the hex code. And with a soft brush, simply you can just use my soft brush. This is default, but I'm just saying if you guys didn't also get this. These brushes are actually brushes from the little bundle pack. So if you guys didn't get it, the 50K bundle pack, this is the brushes that came with it, alongside with really cool patterns and stuff. So if you guys didn't get that yet, I will put that in the description down below as well. But regardless, we're going to be using a nice little soft brush, so that means 0 hardness, and a nice little good size here. And we're going to click right in the middle. By the way, I'm making this bigger, the brush itself bigger, without using this right here, by just holding Control Alt, right clicking, and then moving it left and right for the diameter. Up and down is your hardness, as you can see in the middle there. So yeah, there we go. So a pretty good size brush. Click one time in the middle, and we're gonna throw this on overlay, and we're not gonna really load the opacity too much, besides to like 90% or so. And what this is gonna do is set us up with a nice little, obviously, a gradient, right? Without using actually the gradient within the layer mode. The reason for that is I just like to do it manually, whatever, right? So we have a gradient going, but you can also see that there's like banding lines. You guys don't know what that means. You can see like circles within circles within circles, just to make it, they fade in from black to white. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get that regardless, no matter what the heck you do. So to get rid of that, we're just gonna actually go through a simple little trick to get rid of it, and not really get rid of it, but make it look less, but still look great, right? So Control, or still give the gradient that we're looking for. So Control G is to basically group things together. We're just gonna call this back up for now, and then we're gonna press Control J to duplicate this little layer. Basically group this group to duplicate this group, and then Control E to merge this group. So we'll call this merged group background, and we'll call the backup, that is it is already, and we can just leave these layers to itself, right? So on this background layer, we're gonna go to filter, and we're gonna go ahead and go to noise and go to add noise, and we're just gonna lower it, or actually just put our amount to about 1%. 1% is all you need to put it up to. You can use uniform or Gaussian, doesn't really matter. I'm using Gaussian. Monochromatic you really need to click on as well. It's gonna give you more distortion, or more, I guess you would say like pixelization. You really want that. We want like a simple, soft noise that's going on in the background, because we're actually gonna get rid of the noise almost completely as well. But whatever, this is perfectly fine for us right now. This is what we're going to go for. If you're at this point, you're going good. So we want to go to the adjustments tab now, and we're going to go to the brightness and contrast, and this is where we're going to get rid of most of the gradient or the banding lines, with also getting rid slowly of the noise, but we still kind of want the noise as well. So we're going to go to the left, which is going to be negative for the brightness. We're going to bring it to about negative 60. And we're going to bring our contrast all the way up. Not really all the way up, but maybe about 70 or so. Really depends on what you guys think it looks best. 65 looks pretty good, I think. And you can see the banding lines got rid of, like, you can't probably see it too much on my own screen or on, like, my video screen. But, like, on your own screen, you'll be able to see, like, banding lines. You can see that it kind of gets rid of it once you apply these simple two things, the noise and, like, a nice brightness and contrast. You're pretty good after that. So, basically, we have this black, right? We want also to give a hint of color. So, we're going to be using is a gradient map. So that's also within your layer modes here, or your adjustment layers here. So we're going to gradient map, and I have one preset for us. So pretty much what you're going to have to do is just take your first color here, what's going to be probably white and black, right? Or black and white, depending on which you have, right? Doesn't really matter. You're going to definitely want to click a color within this area, right? This is a very, almost like a dull color. Not really dull, maybe like a low saturation color, if you call it, right? You can choose any color on the hue or whatever, but just make sure that your circle is located somewhere around where mine is, because if it's on this like really vibrant purple or vibrant blue, I don't know really what you would call this. Would you guys call this purple or blue? I don't know. What do you guys think? Honestly, let me know. So regardless, just make sure you guys are not using vibrant colors. Make sure you guys are using like very like low saturation colors. Doesn't really matter which hue you're using. Like I said, this is just for your background color, like the hint of color that's going to be in your background. And for the second one, which is the black, this is just solid black. That's all you got to do, right? So once you have this, you can either choose from, with, it really doesn't really matter. Hard light, overlay look all the same, but you can see just a hint of color. Like I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but you can see a hint of color a little bit. Maybe if I just go back and forth. Oh, you can definitely see color actually. What am I talking about? You can definitely see a lot of color. Yeah, not sure what I was talking about, but you can see the little hint of purple, right? Or blue, whatever, right? So we're going to go back to this adjustment layer. We're just going to bring it out with vibrance. So we're going to take our saturation, put this a little bit up. I'm really not sure if it actually makes it a little bit different if you put your vibrance up, but your saturation, definitely put this up to 100. Choose to put this up to 100 as well. And that's when you get that really, really nice color that's popping out, and that is what we want. So basically here, I did lose the same exact gold I got. I kind of want to make sure I get that one, but it doesn't really matter. For like the little thing here, I want to make sure I get the same exact gold, but if I can't, oh well. I forgot to put the, oh, it's there. The hex code is there. Never mind, I lied. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and use the rectangle marquee tool, and we're going to go ahead and just make a nice little rectangle marquee tool, just a nice little size here. But we're going to right click, go to transform selection, not free transform. You're going to end up seeing yourself getting this message. Make sure you do transform selection, that way you can actually rotate things. Hold shift, give it like a nice little 30-degree rotation. You can see that there. When I turn it right, 30 degrees, pretty good. Expand this just a little bit like so, and then we can pretty much just press Control Backspace. And for this gold, which is the same exact gold as my example, this gold's hex code is 795A23. Press OK. Control D to deselect, and make sure my ruler. Let's just put my rulers there. I already have rulers set up. By the way, we're in a Twitter canvas, which is like what, 500, 150, what is it at? Like 1500 by 500. I think there is like a new Twitter hex, like new Twitter dimension. This is it right now. Choose to use this one, whatever you're using. Just doesn't really matter where your canvas is. But also to get the rulers, I really advise you guys to make sure that this is like centered correctly. Otherwise, it's gonna look very disgusting. Control R is to actually pull up your rulers. You're not gonna actually have my blue lines. You have to do them by yourself. So you're basically gonna click on one side, drag it to the middle, which is also a snap feature within Photoshop. So if you think like right here would be like your middle. So you're gonna go slow a little bit, and then you're gonna find yourself getting like a nice snap. And I already have like rulers here, so right now it's snapping 1 centimeter a little bit. You can see it up here. Right, and then do it horizontal as well. You'll get the snap, right? You get a nice little snap, just like so. And the same way with this way. And then, of course, the same way going on these things, you just snap automatically on the sides. But that's just so you know, so it's all spaced correctly. Anyway, right, we have this box here. We're going to actually call this gold bar. And just so this is not ridiculous long length, we're just going to call this picture. gold bar, and then we're also going to make a white bar. So I'm going to make a new layer, another new layer with the same exact thing. We're going to do the same exact thing with the rectangle marquee tool, maybe like a nice skinnier box, transform selection, and this is going to be our white box. We're going to throw that over here. You can just do whatever the heck you guys want. You don't have to only use geometric shapes. You can use like circles or whatever as well. Like you don't have to use pointed, shapes or whatever. You can use whatever shape. You can make your own shape with a pen tool. I'm just showing you guys with a simple rectangle, right? So my foreground color actually needs to change to like an offset, more of an offset, like a nice almost gray almost. So DC looks pretty good. All backspace to quick fill that in. I might change the color just a little bit more gray. I don't really know. I kind of want a little more gray. Sure. Triple BF looks good. All right, sweet. So that looks good right now. But what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to also change, or not change. We're gonna have to give our bars some little highlights. So this is the white bar. I don't know why I put bars. Whatever. So over the gold bar, we're gonna make a new layer. So either Control-Shift-N or go along with just clicking on this little page down here. So with this layer, we're gonna actually clip mask this layer on. And you already know what this does, right? You can't, like, basically if I try to draw over here, it will not draw over here, but if as soon as I go toward the layer that it's clip masked on, you'll be able to see it, right? That's what it does. And for this, we're gonna leave it on the exact same offset white that was used as the bar, but we're just gonna a nice little soft brush, and we're gonna give it a little bit of highlight. So on the sides here, like over here, and then like maybe like up the top, and then make these very subtle. Make sure your hardness is at 0. And this nice little size, small size brush, and we're gonna put this on overlay. And right now we're gonna hide this white bar so you can see a little bit more better. Right, we have this here. The reason why we use offset white is gonna use a nice pure white, almost not like pure white, but just a nice a different tone of white, just a nice little vibrant one. This was gray. This is definitely white. So on this one, after you change your foreground color to that white, we're gonna put this on another clipping mask, and we're just gonna go ahead and go through it one more time. Maybe like on the bottom a little bit more. Maybe like there, and then maybe like there, and then put it on overlay, and then lower the opacity just a little bit, or maybe a lot of bit, 40% or so. That looks pretty good. I kind of want to erase what I got going on over here. It's like I think it's a little bit too much. There we go. So you just want something like this. Looks very nice, right? Just simple highlights. And we're gonna do the same exact thing on the white bar. So we're gonna make a new layer above the white bar, clippy mask it, and then this one just keep it on the pure white because you already have an offset white on this. So you're just gonna go ahead and take your brush. By the way, this has to actually be rasterized if you change your color. Otherwise, clipping mask things and you put things over it will actually not work. As you can just tell what I just did. I also just noticed that is not. You probably got like tripped out. If he's gonna see that, I did see it. Relax. All right. Brush here. Click over here, and then maybe click somewhere around here. There we go. Nice little highlights on the brush or the little bar here with the brush. But basically, you see, I'm actually not going to change this to overlay either. I believe it looks the exact same, right? If you put it on overlay, it's white. So we're just going to leave it on normal. We'll lower the opacity just a little bit. 75 looks pretty good. All right, sweet. We're looking good. We're looking really perfect so far. So pretty much we're almost done. We're actually just going to throw in the picture really quickly now. We're going to throw this picture below the gradient map. Also, we're going to change this one. We're going to put the gradient map below the picture, and then put the brightness and contrast above the picture. And we're going to change our pictures layers mode to luminosity. And also, yeah, we're going to go to our adjustments tab really quickly. I just, like, got upset because I felt like this was not flat enough. So we're going to go, you heard that, right? I was like, what the hell? The exposure, right? We're going to put exposure on the picture really quickly. I'm going to fix the exposure. Not really fix it, but just make it more flat. I don't want any depth in the picture, really. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my offset and put this up, as well as my gamma correction. We're going to put this up as well. Put this up just like so. There we go, and the exposure can go like maybe a little bit farther down. No, that's fine actually. There we go. I just want a more flat look to it, right? You get that flat look. I just love how that looks rather than having depth in the picture of like you just want kind of like a banner kind of thing. I don't know, it looks best for me. So exposure is on there. We're also probably, we won't have to put anything else really. We'll leave it out for now. But to basically get the really cool look of this, to get this really nice look, you're going to want to go ahead and put this gold bar. You want to click on the gold bar layer. And you want to go to the normal, you want to go to your normal layer mode, and you want to change this one to color dodge. And you also want to go ahead and go to the white bar, which is right here, and put this to vivid light. And now if you see yourself saying, why is it looking very, like, doesn't look exactly the same, make sure you go back to your picture, go to your opacity and lower your opacity down. It depends where you want to lower it to, maybe like 40, 35, really doesn't, I don't really matter. Whatever you think looks best, right? And you get this really, really nice look, maybe like 40. That looks fine. Whatever. The gold bar can also get a brightness and contrast to it. So like below the adjustments you made to it, the little light features, or like what do you call them, highlights? You can put a brightness and contrast as well. And see what you like best, right? Like a nice little gold right there. I think it looks good. All right, so we're gonna make another new layer really quickly to get this little square, right, like before. We're gonna hold Shift to make a square with the rectangle marquee tool. It snaps right in the middle of our thing right there, and we can go ahead and just fill this in with black. Not all the way black. We'll just use 101010 again. Alt backspace to quick fill it. And we're just gonna lower. We're actually gonna put this to screen, from normal to screen, and we're gonna also lower our fill down about 30%, because I kind of want this right here to like blend in a little bit more than just like, I want this to be showing more than this in the inside. So lowering my screen or lowering my fill will do so. Put my my drop shadow on the angle of 45 is pretty good, and we'll just maybe put our size up. Oop, not that much. To like 10 maybe. It looks okay. That'll work, right? Press OK. I'm gonna drag in my logo really quickly, and I'm gonna just Control T to free transform, and Alt and Shift to basically keep it in the middle. But I'm just gonna throw it or shrink the size just like so. Shrinks it nice and perfect. Move it with my arrow keys, and then color overlay. Put this on white. There we go, looking really sexy. All right, sweet. So on our new layer, basically to finalize this, we're just gonna click and use this offset white, right? Make a nice big brush and one good hit on the top. Oh yeah, it's looking really good. All right, sweet. One nice dope hit on the top. That looks pretty good. Maybe just lower the opacity just a little bit. Not really too much. I kind of want to keep this nice look to it. All right, that looks perfect. So below this this is the square, right? This is the middle square. Below this middle square, did I spell everything right? No, that's freak. I know I need to fix it. Otherwise, I'm gonna get crazy in the comments. All right. SE, right? I had this here, SE, and then I'll put like SO on the bottom, just to kind of like follow that theme that we got going on. We'll merge this together. We'll put this on overlay, and also to get those little, like I told you guys, I don't know if I told you actually, did I explain like these little very odd little things besides just the color, like these little geometric shapes going around, like little scattered like geometric shapes. You can choose to do that. You can choose not to do that. I do that with the pen tool by just using obviously the pen tool. Make some simple quick triangles, put it on white, using Alt to just make duplicates of them, Control T, and then rotate them with holding Shift. I'll put something like that over there. Also probably shrink this a little bit more than the other one, and maybe just like put one over, don't want to actually overkill it with the triangles. I don't know, maybe something like that, and then shrink it a lot more. That'll do, whatever, right? And then also you can go ahead, which layer is this? This is the light layer. And this is the logo. All right. And so these three little triangles here, and then we're gonna make another new layer and use the rectangle marquee tool again. Just make a nice little simple skinny rectangle. Fill it in with a color, which is white that I'm just using as the foreground color, which is Alt backspace to quick fill it in. And then basically make a duplicate of this. And just like so, and then just basically like, it all depends on what you guys want to do really. And I can just merge it together and then just make different duplicates around. Shrink it a little bit more, change the orientation, or is it the orientation that I'm like, is that the right word, orientation, or like the rotation? I don't really know if that's actually the right word. Like so, and then we also get one over here, why not, or down here, we'll put one like, doing something like that, sure, that looks pretty cool too. Like what if I just had that going like this? Look at that, look how cool that would look. I'm actually gonna leave it like that. Whatever, group these together, I can just choose to put on an overlay on soft light, really doesn't matter. Either way, I'm going to actually click on this layer, the group itself, and put a nice little gradient overlay on it. Simple black to white, it's just default. And then put it on overlay. And then basically, we're pretty much good to go. And this looks freaking dope. I'm very happy. I'm very happy the way this came out. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget, guys, 200 likes on the video equals a secret down below, basically you can get the PSD of this video. Thank you guys so much. We're already at, what, 50K.5, so we had like 500 subscribers in like the past week. What? Like, okay, you guys are ridiculous, all right? I love you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoy your Friday. Hope you guys check out my sellfy.com/SesoHQ for like cool premiums and packages, those $5. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at SesoHQ, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet already. Thank you guys so much one more time, and I'll talk to you guys later. SesoHQ out. Peace.